How much is your time really worth? Stay tuned to find out. Hey everyone, it's the Productivity Doc with tips and tricks for healthcare professionals and others to help you avoid burnout, work smarter, not harder, and have more time for the more important things in life. So the topic I wanted to talk about today is the topic of opportunity cost. And specifically the opportunity cost of exactly how much is your time worth and how do you figure that out. And I figure that this can help you make better decisions about whether or not you want to spend that money to hire a gardener instead of doing the work yourself, or maybe hire a cleaner instead of spending your weekends cleaning your house. So in terms of my own situation, when I was younger, I often had this idea that why would I hire someone to come in and do this work that I could do myself? I'm saving so much money by not hiring someone, not having someone come in. And, I carried this idea for quite a while. I always sort of questioned, should I be hiring someone to come in and do my housekeeping? Should I eat out or order something in, or maybe even order a previously prepared meal prep service, or should I take the time and make the meal myself? Should I even go as far as spending an hour once a week mowing my own lawn? Another question I often had was, how much should I be asking or demanding for my time outside of my usual clinic responsibilities? When you're asked to do extra work like write a note that's outside of the set notes, or do a medical legal report, how much should you be charging for that? Some people I've heard are afraid of charging more than $50 for a report that maybe would take an hour to do. I think the better way of looking at it is, how much time does it take for you to produce the report? And then if you know your hourly rate, then you can times the time that it took for you to do that report by your hourly rate and get adequately compensated for it. Because you know that if there are doctors out there doing these medical legal reports professionally as part of their job, they're going to know their hourly rate, and they're going to be charging that much, if not more, for their expertise and that kind of thing. So I was wondering, maybe some of you out there are having a hard time making that decision. I know I don't have enough time, but I'm having a hard time trying to decide whether or not I should be cleaning my own house, or should I be, should you be calling in a cleaner, paying the $200 or however much it costs nowadays to get them to do the job, or should you do it yourself and save that $200? Should you be mowing your own lawn? Maybe it takes you an hour. Or should you be paying the kid down the street $20 to mow your lawn? Should you be spending your evenings after you've had a busy day in clinic or at the hospital making your own food? Or should you spend a little bit of money and order out? Or maybe even get a meal prep service where you have your meals prepped and made and you just pop them in the microwave and go from there. So what does sort of the productivity community have to say about this? Well, I want to talk to you about the concept of opportunity cost. Now, technically, the definition of opportunity cost is, and I'm reading this off the web, the potential benefits that are lost when an individual, business, or investor chooses one substitute over another. And so this could be in terms of spending your time doing a certain thing, spending money doing a certain thing, maybe spending company resources. But in this case, what I wanted to specifically talk about is, how much is your time worth, and what should you be spending your time on as opposed to your money on? So the simplest way of figuring this out would be to look at your income statement, look at how much you made last year, and then divide that by 2,000. And I get this number 2,000 by, if you take 40 hours a week and times that by 50 weeks in a year, you'd probably be taking at least a couple of weeks off, if not more, you will get 2,000. And so if you were to divide your total amount that you've made in the year by 2,000, then that will tell you basically what your hourly rate is. So let's say if you're making $500,000 a year, your hourly rate is going to be about $250 an hour. If you're making maybe $120 a year, it's about $60 an hour. And this is a really useful way of looking at how much you're making and how much you're going to be spending on certain services or certain other things. And it really simplifies the decisions of, should I spend money on this thing or shouldn't I? So what are my suggestions to you? Why don't you look at your financial statement, or if you have in your head how much you make every year, why don't you plug that into a calculator, divide it by 2,000, and get a rough estimate of about how much your time is worth. Then you'll know whether or not your time is worth $100 an hour, $200 an hour, $250 an hour, or more. This will also make it easier for you to decide when you're trying to make decisions. Should I pay a cleaning service $200 to come in once a week? Or should I be spending 3 hours on my weekend running around my house and cleaning, when maybe that time could be better spent hanging out with my kids or my spouse? Another trap that a lot of people get into is, a lot of the times they'll say, why would I pay the kid down the street $20 to mow my lawn when I could mow it for free? But if you know your opportunity cost, let's say you know that you make $200 an hour, you're not actually saving $20 an hour by mowing the lawn yourself. You're actually wasting $80 an hour. So that would be $200 minus the $20 that you pay the kid. If you made that time back, it's actually, if you look at it that way, there's actually pretty good money savings with that. So how will this benefit the community as a whole? I feel that if we all have a better idea of how much money our time is worth, then we won't feel so guilty or maybe even lazy for hiring out work that we need to get done. It will also allow us to create more time for the more important things in life, which is what I'm always trying to do here. And another thing too that may be beneficial to some is, in spending money and helping out the community, you're also, I guess to say, helping to keep the money flowing, and that will help the economy as well too. So if you found this helpful, hit that like button down below. If you have any comments about future videos that you'd like to see me do, any questions that you have in particular, or if you have any comments on how I can improve, I'm always trying to improve my videos, comment down below. If you have any colleagues that you think would benefit from this, let them know about my channel at Productivity Doc on YouTube. And if you want more tips and tricks for healthcare professionals, work smarter, not harder, and have more time for yourself and your family, then hit that subscribe button down below. Have a good day.